Whether you like it or not, Mo, whether it is your Islam or somebody else's Islam, there is only one Islam. Unfortunately, there are a lot of young Muslims who do believe they are at war with the West. They are following the verses of the sword. They are committing atrocities in the name of Islam. They believe they are Muslim. They call themselves Muslim. I don't title them that. They do. Now, the other problem you have to understand is you say that I'm disenfranchised. Let me tell you now, I give an immense amount of support to Muslim women. I've taken Muslim women into my home, fleeing from their own communities that wanted them dead. So before you say I'm disenfranchised, you should know who it is that you're actually talking to and understand what it is I do. That's one of the reasons that I am backing Baroness Cox with her parliamentary bill to address the issue of Sharia.
I won't take any lessons on Islam from you, firstly. I think, in fairness, I won't take a lesson on Islam from you.
I do speak to the Muslim communities. You need to take lessons, Mo, on, you talk about integration. You are one of the biggest segregations.
What complete nonsense!
Country.
I come from the Muslim communities. I lead with prayers. I work with Muslim scholars, and
will tell you you do not
from the Muslim communities. All right, we won't have the domestic far right who have more in common with fascism, Trump, and neo. We have more in common. I studied law. I went to law.
Okay.
I studied law. I went to law school.
Both of you.
You claim
both of you. Okay, I'm not. Mo, we'll leave your education to one side for the moment. I just want to ask. Stop Islam is a hashtag that came out just after these attacks. It does show, it's trended pretty strongly, and it does show that people are genuinely concerned, don't they, about the Muslim community. However you want to frame it, there is genuine concern.
The concern is about the Muslim community.
Are you asking me?
Every time
Sorry,
we've seen
no, Mo,
incidents,
go ahead.
Every time we've seen terrorist incidents in Europe, which have often been attributed to disenfranchisement, foreign policy, domestic policy, it's a very, very complex milieu, a cultural milieu of reasons for the increasing extremism and radicalisation. But every time we've seen terrorist incidents occur across Europe, we've seen a massive backlash against Muslims. The backlash we've seen include things like the hashtag Stop Islam, but have included, and who are targeted. We've seen old men coming back from the mosque being murdered on the streets of Britain and in Europe. We've seen fire bombings on mosques. We've seen pigs' heads being left outside mosques. We've seen Muslim women with hijabs, having their hijabs pulled off. And we've seen Muslim women being targeted and being attacked. You share more in common. You are part of the problem because you share more in common with the domestic far right. Well, then leave the English Democrats and join
wholeheartedly and condemn any attack on any Muslim.
How can you work with a far-right organisation then? Then how can you work? How can you work with a neo-fascist and pro-Nazi organisation?
You're being ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. Talking over me, Mo. Is it because I'm a woman you don't want me to speak? Be quiet long enough to let somebody finish.
Look, stop playing to that ridiculous trope. What you are saying is offensive, and you are part of a domestic neo-fascist organisation. I will absolutely interrupt if you're talking nonsense.
I will continue. I will finish what I'm trying to say.
Mo, just 2 minutes. Mo,
the 1930s, you'd be the
Mo, for 2 minutes, just allow Tony to speak. Tony, go ahead. Tony, go ahead.
I will condemn any violence towards any Muslim for no good reason. Of course I will condemn it. Of course it's not acceptable. But what nobody seems to want to say is how many non-Muslims are attacked. Where's the condemnation for that? If anybody dares say anything that is even remotely derogatory or a criticism of Islam, we're automatically targeted and told we are far-right extremists. I am not far-right, Mo. I'm just not far wrong. And